Carbon dioxide is being deposited in the atmosphere due to the human activity that can be removed through photosynthesis. This is due to burning fossil fuels and destroying forests to make way for farmlands and pastures. When we destroy forests, we reduce a reservoir and lose organisms that take up excess carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, and methane are being emitted due to human activities. Fertilizers and animal waste are sources of nitrous oxide. Bacterial decompositions of food in the digestive tracts of animals produce methane, for example, in cattle. Methane are known as greenhouse gases because they are like the panes of a glass of a greenhouse, so this is known as the greenhouse effect. They allow solar radiation to penetrate but block the escape of the heat back into the space. So this leads to global warming. So global warming is greenhouse gases are contributing to the rise of Earth's temperature. This is contributing to the climate change on the Earth. Temperatures continue to rise, more water will evaporate, forming more clouds. This sets up a positive feedback that could increase global warming even more. Most climate scientists agree that Earth's temperature may rise 2 to 8.1 degrees Fahrenheit by 2100 if greenhouse emissions continue at the current rate. Change continues. Other effects may occur. As oceans warm, temperatures in polar regions will rise more than in other regions, so sea levels will rise because glaciers will melt. Droughts will reduce crop yields and kill trees. Billions of dollars will have to be spent to keep coast cities from disappearing into the sea. Makes up about 70% of the atmosphere. It is a form that is unusual for plants. This can limit the amount of growth in an ecosystem. Of course, when nitrogen is converted to ammonia, a form of nitrogen that can be used by plants. Some cyanobacteria in aquatic ecosystem, some bacteria in soils are able to fix atmospheric nitrogen in this way. Other nitrogen-fixing bacteria live in nodules on roots of legumes that make nitrogen available to the host plants. The production of nitrates during the nitrogen cycle. Plants can also use nitrates as a source of nitrogen. Nitrification can occur in various ways. Nitrogen gas is converted to nitrate in the atmosphere. Ammonia in the soil is converted to nitrate by soil bacteria. Nitrate-producing bacteria convert ammonia to nitrate. Nitrate-producing bacteria convert nitrate to nitrite. Assimilation. Plants take up ammonia and nitrate from the soil and use these ions to produce proteins and nucleic acids. The conversion of nitrogen back into nitrogen gas, which enters the atmosphere, carried out by nitrifying bacteria living in the anaerobic model of lakes, bogs, and estuaries. In the nitrogen cycle, nitrification will counterbalance the nitrogen fixation in humans didn't interfere. After the transfer rate in the nitrogen cycle by producing fertilizers from nitrogen, they nearly double the fixation rate. Fertilizers often run off into lakes and rivers, results in eutrophication, overgrowth of algae, and rooted aquatic plants, may lead to a algae bloom, overgrowth of algae. When the algae die off, decomposers use all the oxygen into the water, killing the fish. Occurs because nitrogen oxides and sulfur oxides enter the atmosphere from the burning fossil fuels. Both of these gases combine with water vapor to form acids that eventually run into the earth in acid rain. Has drastic effect on the forests and lakes. The soil in these forests is naturally acidic, as it makes it even worse. Kills trees and reduces agricultural yields. Marble, metal, and stonework are corrorated. Photochemical smog. Nitrogen oxides and hydrocarbons from the burning of fossil fuels react in the presence of sunlight. Thermal inversion. Pollutants are trapped near the earth beneath a layer of warm, stagnant air. Oceanic sediments move onto land after geologic upheaval. Once on land, weathering of rocks move phosphate ions into the soil. Some of the soil becomes available to plants. Then animals eat these producers. Death and decomposition of organisms make phosphate ions available to produce aquatic ecosystems, enabling algae to acquire it before it becomes trapped in sediments. Phosphate in marine sediments would not be available to producers until the geologic upheaval exposed sediments rocks again. Phosphorus does not enter the atmosphere. Therefore, the phosphorus cycle is called a sedimentary cycle. Phosphate by mining phosphate ores for fertilizers and detergent production. This contamination, as well as that from animal waste in livestock, feedlots, and discharge from sewage treatment plants, results in cultural eutrophication or overenrichment of waterways.